Hey guys, Head on a Spike here with a very special celebratory video today for you. Today, I'm celebrating 300 subscribers. Woo! That's crazy. I never thought I'd get that many. So, thank you for all of my supporters for supporting me and watching my stuff, and mostly my custom minifigure videos and collection videos. Today, I figured to celebrate, I'm going to be showing you a very big collection of mine, all of my clone troopers, every single one, to celebrate the 300 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Let's get this going. So, the first one we have here is actually not a clone from Jango Fett. This is a Old Republic trooper. He came out around 2013, I think. They came out for the Old Republic games. I'm not going to go through every single character. Some of them are beat up more than others. As you can see, he has a crack. I should probably fix that. I might have some spare parts. I should do that. This guy has a little smirk. I'm not going to go through all these guys. I just figured I'd start with him because he's like a pretty interesting one. He's not much money, but he's kind of cool. That's just an Old Republic trooper for you. To get this going, I'm just going to go in order of like timeline of clone troopers. Here is Jace Malcolm. He is also from the Old Republic. He is from the Knights of the Old Republic 3 video game. I guess it's one of the characters. I never actually played the game, but looks like a cool dude. I like the knife on the torso. It's kind of interesting. Now we're getting into our very first Jango Fett clone. This is a classic Phase 1, not Phase 2, Phase 1 clone trooper, the very first one ever made. This was in 2002. I love this figure. It's one of my favorites ever made. There's just something so retro and classic about it. I've always loved them when they first came out. I never actually got one until much later in my life. They just have a plain black head with like the old T type of head in the middle there. And as you can see, it's hollow. It's like the old Snow Troopers and the old Scout Troopers. You can see the little T inside. It's pretty interesting how they made the mold like that. I kind of prefer it sometimes. Maybe I'm just nostalgic. But I think it's just like really cool. It has like a cool depth inside the helmet. Yeah, they only came out in 2 sets. The original ATTE in 2002 and the Republic gunship from 2002. So, that is that one. Now, we're going to jump to 2013 when we finally get a new one of these guys. As you can see, they have a head now. It's an angry clone head. That's what most of these guys have. I'm going to do Phase 1 troopers first, and then I'm going to go to Phase 2, and like the beginnings of Phase 2, and like how they look like now, and the 2008 ones, and everything in between. So that's how I'm going to do this. It basically has the same exact torso as the one we just saw, funnily enough. See, here's a comparison. See, it's just like a little bit darker highlights. There's a few little bit differences. Like this one doesn't have the 2 lines as long as the other one. And it also has like a little bit of a different back. Also it has leg printing, which is kind of cool. And it doesn't have that indent like that hollow helmet anymore. As you can see, it's totally solid. So that's kind of interesting. And now we're going to get into the colored clones here. Here is the very first one. Like I'm going in order of rank as well. This is the clone sergeant. He's a nice olive green color. He came out in a battle pack around 2013 as well. Same angry clone head. It's a pretty cool figure. They always have the color of their armor on their chest as well. So he has 4 little green dots. No back printing. That's different. Just the same one as the other ones. But so after the clone sergeant is the lieutenant. He is blue. He actually came out in a poly bag in 2013. He's probably the most expensive one. All these guys are on the pricier side, but they look really, really cool. I love the helmets for these two. I love like that shine in the middle. They look really, really cool. Really nice, I think. And then we have the captain here. Here's the red clone trooper. This is a lot of people's favorites. They really like this one a lot. He came out in the Republic gunship as well, with like that really nice Padme and the Padawan Anakin from episode 2. It's a really cool set from 2013. I kind of wish I had that one. I do have one gunship, and that's the 2008 one, but I've always liked the 2013 one, and this is a really nice trooper to come with it. And last but not least, for the episode 2 clone troopers, we have the commander. He came out in the ATTE that year in 2013. As you can see, he has those yellow dots there. A little bit hard to see a yellow and white, but nevertheless, it's a very cool figure. Nice yellow design. What's interesting about this one is they actually redid this one like a little battle pack thing. They made him look like this, and it's like a darker yellow, it's almost like a mustard yellow. So it's kind of interesting to compare them both. This one came out a few years later, as you can see. He also has some leg printing. I forget which year, maybe 2021 or something. But it's kind of cool comparing them both, because this one is such a much lighter yellow. So kind of interesting how they redid it. That's the only one they really redid, though. They didn't redo the red one or the blue one or the green one, lieutenant, sergeant, or captain. Only the commander they redid. Now we're getting on to our Phase 2 troopers. I'm going to be showing you the very first Phase 2 troopers ever made, first of all. Here is the original Phase 2 clone pilot. This came out in the 2005 V-Wing. It also came out in a few other sets, like the ARC 170 that came out. I hear there's going to be a new ARC 170 coming out next year in 2025, so I'm very curious to see what those clone troopers will look like in that set. It should be pretty cool. He's a pretty cheap one, though. He's not that much money. Because he's in like a good number of sets. Here's another Phase 2 trooper from 2005. This is the Recon trooper, also the ATRT trooper. He's a really cool one. He has like just these little subtle red highlights and like the cool little mark on his chest there. It's a very cool figure. I like the design on his back too. It's kind of interesting. He only came out in this one set in the ATRT, and never again did they ever make him. It's kind of sad. Now we're going to be talking about clone troopers that came out in a battle pack. The very first battle pack ever made, actually, in 2007. This is the plain white Phase 2 clone trooper, and as you can see, it is the same exact torso as the Phase 1 from 2002. They completely just reused the same torso for the Episode 3 trooper, which I think is kind of funny. But he just got a plain white head, plain white helmet, I mean. He has that hollow visor, like the 2002 trooper. And there were two of these that came out in the battle pack in 2007. And in the same battle pack, we also got our very first shock trooper. Here he is. He is red and a very nice. I love all the details, the little lines on the helmet. It's a really cool print. Got a nice little back there. Very cool trooper. I know a lot of people like the Coruscant Guard shock troopers the most of all the clone troopers. So it's really cool to get like this first iteration of him. And the last trooper that came out in that same battle pack, it's like such a great one. It had all these different troopers and like 4 of them. We get the Star Corps trooper. This yellow stripe. It's kind of like Commander Bly. I really like this one. I actually used him to make Commander Bly on my channel maybe a year ago. I made my own custom Commander Bly. If you want to check out how to make him, check my channel. I used this torso to make it happen. You can also find this trooper with an orange pauldron. It's the same exact trooper, just has an orange pauldron, the same one that the Sand Troopers have from the original Cantina set from 2004. This trooper has the orange pauldron in the Clone Turbo Tank in 2005 and 2006 when the set was re-released with the light-up Mace Windu and the non-light-up Mace Windu. It's the same figure, it has an orange pauldron, but it's pretty cool. I've always liked this one a lot. Now we have a more rare and much more expensive figure, one of the more expensive clones actually. This is the I call it the Green Markings Trooper. It's also called like a Swamp Trooper sometimes. This is another Episode 3 Trooper, Phase 2. He has this green, really nice shading of green on his torso and his helmet, and on his back as well. This nice little green triangles. He came out in the set, the Wookiee Catamaran, I believe is what it's called. He was like a little swamp speeder thing with this other. There was 2 of him, and it came with the Light Up Luminara, the Newly figure, which is a very cool figure. I just showed her in my last collection video. I showed her that she still works. She looks really good. And these 2 figures are very rare and expensive. These Green Markings Troopers, they're probably about $70 each. They're quite expensive. Sometimes they're a little bit less if you're lucky. Another expensive clone trooper here. We have the Clone Scout Trooper. This is a big fan favorite. It's one of my favorite as well. Such a cool one. He also came out in the Clone Turbo Tank in 2005 and 2006. He has such cool detailing, like shading on his torso here. I love the pouches and like the actual like the little camo paint he has, and like the cool belt printing. It's really uncommon to have belt printing for figures back then, and this really nice leg printing. Everything about him is very, very cool. This nice sea green color. It's the only time we ever get the Scout Trooper helmet in this color. It just has a plain black head. And here's the back. He has no back printing. They splurged on his other back printing to be on the legs and the hips, which I think is cooler anyway. It's a very nice one. He's quite an expensive one, probably another $70 or $100 figure. Very cool one. Now we're moving on to 2008, when we finally get different types of clone troopers that are much different from the originals from 2005. This is a regular clone trooper. I did give him a jetpack though, because this is like a jet trooper, but you know, just imagine he doesn't have a jetpack and this is what they look like. I can take it off. It's technically two figures in one this way. So if you want to see what the back looks like, here it is. And that's all it is. It's not that interesting. But yeah, they came with a jetpack in one of the sets. I don't even remember which one. It's been so many years now, but you could always check Bricklink. Yeah, these figures are the cheapest clones ever. The 2008 Clone Troopers. They don't get a lot of love because they were so many in so many different sets. Yeah, that's basically all there is to say about them. Same year, we get a new Clone Pilot, which has like the yellow markings and the red markings on the top, and they all have the same head. They always do have the same head. A little like air support thing on his torso and his chest is kind of cool. We also have the first Clone Gunner. This is a Phase 1 gunner. He came from a battle pack. Has a little bit of armor on his chest. This reflective paint, kind of cool. And we have the Horn Company Trooper. This is like a nice light green, sea green color, sea foam, if you will, from the Horn Company. I think that's what the clone is. Don't kill me if I did get it wrong. He's not that much money. He's from a battle pack, which also came with this guy. This is the Bomb Squad Trooper. A nice bright orange, very vibrant. It's like a highlighter orange. Very cool torso and very cool printing. I really like the pattern on it. I know I'm going through these a little bit fast because there's so many clones to go through, trust me. Here's one I'll spend a little bit more time on. This is the Phase 1 Wolfpack Trooper. This is an expensive one. The more expensive ones I'll spend more time on. He's got this really nice, kind of like a sand blue color for his arms, for his legs. He has printing on the legs. This is the same printing as Commander Wolf, actually. And the same torso. It's the same for both. The only difference between this guy and Commander Wolf, which I'll show you in a second, he has a different helmet. I love this wolf print on the helmet. It's such a cool print. It looks really nice on my figure. I was very lucky to find one with no cracks in the torso, because these guys are very expensive and very rare, and most commonly do have cracks in their torsos. So very cool figure. I'm really happy to have him. Definitely probably my favorite Phase 1 2008 Clone Trooper. Yeah, he's definitely one of the coolest ones. Now we're getting into some Clone Commanders. Here's a regular Clone Commander, just with the gray armor. You can just, in 2008, a lot of the sets, the clone sets, had this armor. You could just put on any clone trooper you want. So underneath is just a regular clone trooper, like that jet trooper I showed you a second ago. But you can just put these accessories on, this little flashlight, this antenna, which we have 1,000 of from all these Mandalorians we keep getting. But this torso, this torso piece is like little armor you can actually clip on, and the Kema as well. So you can like make your own clone commanders. It's kind of cool. You can also like put them onto other characters as well. Like you can put them onto like, you know, Commander Gree or Commander Fox or Commander Cody, Captain Rex. You can put this armor, it's movable on anybody, so it's kind of cool that way. And here is the same type of trooper, but with black armor. It always came out in either gray or black. The black is more rare. He also came out in another battle pack with like a little clone walker thing. So it's not super expensive probably, but they're still pretty uncommon, these armor pieces. They're pretty cool. I like the visor a lot too. It looks really cool. When I was a kid, I used to call him Commander Black, and he was Commander Gray because I didn't know what their names were because I just made them up because they had black armor and gray armor. Yeah, that's what I did back then when I was a kid. Now, for some named captains and commanders, here is Captain Rex. He came from the ATTE, the one that I have here anyway. This is the very first Phase 1 Captain Rex. He has a beard. He's like the only exclusive head of a clone besides Commander Wolf, actually. He and Wolf are the only ones who have exclusive heads that are actually different from all of the clones. Very cool figure, very nice print. Mine's still in pretty good condition, luckily. And now we're moving on to Commander Gree. He has got a nice dark green hue. I like the strap on the back too. He's actually the cheapest of all the commanders and like higher arcs of clones. A lot of people, I guess, have him. He's not that hard to find for some reason. He was the last one I ever got though, because I thought he was kind of rare. But I got him from a book actually, from Canada. Kind of interesting. I really like that strap though. That is cool. But he's another example you could give this gray armor to if you wanted. Like, you don't have to have him without anything. He just came that way in the set, so I kept him that way. But yeah, you can customize these clones if you want to. If you had all these parts back then, it's kind of fun. Another commander, we have Commander Fox. This is not the one with the messed up torso. This is the one with the actual correct print. So he's still valuable, but not like insanely valuable. Yeah. Those misprinted figures like the black-haired Kanan and the smooth-haired Leia, Fox is now joining the ranks of them. But this is just the actual printed one, and I think it looks pretty good. I really like how they colored the belt. He's like the only commander that actually got their belt colored, which is pretty unique. He came out in a special limited edition set, the Spider Droid, that not many people were able to get. I was lucky. I got it when I was a kid. It was a really cool set. I still have it built, actually. Really cool one. And now we have Commander Wolf. Here he is. The man, the legend, the myth, and all that. Very cool figure. Like I said, he got the same torso as the other one, the Phase 1. I can show them both together if you want. Got the same torso, same legs, just different helmets. Very, very, very different helmets. And Wolf also has that unique head, which has his eye missing and the cool scar. Very cool figure. Very expensive. He and the Wolfpack Trooper are very, very expensive figures. He's probably the most expensive commander ever, besides maybe that other original Phase 2 Captain Rex. Very cool figure. I really like that one a lot. And last but not least, here is Phase 1 Commander Cody. I got him from the LEAT, Republic Gunship from 2008. I've always loved this figure. I love the little orange highlights. He looks great. I always wanted a Phase 2 one for a number of years, ever since we got this one. I was like, he's cool, but he's not the one from Revenge of the Sith. And only until 2022 did we finally get a Commander Cody that looks movie accurate. Now, we're going to take a small break from Clone Troopers and talk about Senate Troopers, because these guys kind of count as Clone Troopers, I think, because they're still, clones underneath. This is the original one from the big frigate thing. I don't have much to say about them, except they're blue, and they're cool. And they also came in a battle pack. This one it's the same exact figure, but has a different head. And it has actual leg printing, which looks a lot better. It's the same torso though, which is kind of... Oh wait, is it the same? Maybe I'm tripping. Oh, I'm totally tripping. Look at that, I'm sorry. It is a different torso. So that's kind of interesting. I'm glad the helmets are the same, but the torso is totally different. This is like the actual clone torso. And this is just like a blue, like a Phase 2 regular torso. I guess the backs are different too, are they? Let's see. I've never actually done this before. Yeah, they are totally different. Huh. Look at that. Well, how about them apples? And here is the other one I was going to show you. This is the elite guy who has the white stripes and is different from the other two. It has like the white printing, just kind of cool. Yeah, all right, that was interesting. Learn a new thing every day, right? Here is the new Phase 2 pilot. Why is my phone looking weird? I'll try it, folks. I'm trying to fix this. Let's see if I can fix it that way. Doop-a-doop. And let's try that. That looks better. Okay, cool. That was weird. Okay. This is like the new version of the clone pilot. Like I said, like we had this one way back, and then we got this upgraded one around 2012, I want to say, not positive. Similar back printing though as the original, quite similar actually. Look at that, and similar front as well. He has a little more detail, I think. He has a cool face print. Looks like one of the Rebels from like the X-Wings. I wonder if it is the same print. It's kind of interesting. Now we're going on to the Phase 2 gunners. Here's the first Phase 2 gunner. This came out in the IFTX, the Republic fighter tank with Aayla Secura. Very cool figure. And we can compare that to the newest one that just came out. It's a little bit more beat up. He's from the AATTE, from the Commander Cody in 2022. He's got that new head. Yeah. And he's got the angry clone head. Also, you can see the big difference between the helmet styles. Like this one has like a much thicker tan on top. This was like a thinner tan. Very cool, very cool. And pretty similar backs also, the straps and everything. Alright, here's our first Phase 2 clone trooper, just plain white. Nothing that special. It's actually got the same exact everything as this Phase 2 clone trooper. Exactly the same, except the helmet's different. That's kind of interesting. Even the same legs. The same leg printing, too. And he also has the angry clone head, surprise. So, yeah, kind of interesting that it's the same thing. Here is a Geonosian clone trooper. He came from a battle pack. Not that much money, not that interesting, but he's here. And here's the airborne trooper that came with him as well. The new Geonosis airborne trooper. I'm not going to spend too much time on these because they're not that interesting. Here is the Phase 2 Kashyyyk Trooper. This is much like the one that we just saw. Another battle pack he came out in. It's a cool trooper. And now we're talking about the Scout Trooper game here. I will always prefer this one over this one, but you know, it's interesting to compare them both nonetheless. At least this one has back printing, so that's one plus for it. But the other one doesn't. I do like the visor. I think that's pretty cool. He has pretty nice printing as well. Funnily enough, funny story, I used this torso to make Sergeant Johnson from Halo forever ago, so yeah, I found use for this figure. Okay, now let's talk about Mr. Gree. Phase 2 Commander Gree. Whee! This is actually one of my favorite commanders. I think he looks really, really good. They really nailed him of how he looks from the movie. I was really, really happy with him, even though he just has another stupid angry clone head. That, you know, you gotta cut your losses. But I love this torso. It's such a cool torso. And I love the helmet, how it's like that silver. It's like Jango Fett's, the original Jango Fett. It's really cool. Such a nice torso and leg prints. Oh, everything about him is just really, really cool. He came out in 2 sets, I think, like the clone turbo tank and like another clone turbo tank and maybe some other Wookiee thing. I forget. 2016 around then. Very cool figure. He might be going up in value too. I haven't checked in a while. And now we got some 187th troopers. This is from the newest IFTX, Republic fighter tank with that Clone Wars Mace Windu. Very cool clones. We never thought we'd ever get these purple clones. They're very, very cool. Here's the airborne trooper that it came with. It actually came with 2 of these, but I'm only showing one because why bother showing you 2? It's the same figure. So yeah, it's really cool having purple troopers. I mean, that's like the first time we've ever gotten clones that are purple. So that was kind of a fun idea. Now we're talking about some interesting things here. This is the original 212th clone trooper. This is the one from the Umbaran Lego set, the Battle of Umbara from the Clone Wars. See how his pigment is more yellow, okay? He's got that clone head as always, but it's more of a yellow hue than this, which is what they usually look like from the newer sets. See, this is what they're supposed to look like from like when they're on Utapau fighting with Obi-Wan and blah blah blah. Those are 212th as well, and they have much more orange hue, kind of like this, you know, the Bomb Squad trooper we saw. It's the same exact color orange. But this original one from 2013, they didn't do that. They kind of made a mistake, if you ask me. They made it more yellow, and that's not accurate to what they're supposed to look like. So there's only like one of these that came out in that set, so he's kind of pricey. It's funny though, sometimes I got him for a really good deal. I got him for like 20 bucks, but some people want him for like 70 or 60. So it really depends on the seller, I guess. But mine's in really good condition, so I guess I just got lucky that I got him for so cheap. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting on Lego's part that they like completely got the color wrong, even though it's the same like design. You know, as you can see, it's the same patterns on the armor, the same triangles and everything as the other orange ones. And then we have, well, this is the other one that came from the he came with this guy from the battle pack. There's the other 212th Airborne. I love this gray camo though. This is really great for customs. Really fun to build with that. Here's the newest 212th Trooper that came from the AT-TE. Not that interesting. Kind of cool. It's got hips printing, which is kind of fun. There's the new head. And it has the holes in the helmet, which people, it's a very big controversial topic. Some people like the holes in the helmet, some people don't. I kind of like them, actually, because I like adding accessories and that adds more playability. And, you know, Lego's meant to be played with, so I think it's good, personally. Here's Cody, my favorite figure ever. This is my customized one because I didn't bother taking his arms off. And he has that special backpack that I bought off eBay for him. But the rest of them is all still the same. The classic new Cody look. I love his orange visor and the helmet and the face. And everything about him is so, so cool. So, so good. Such a better upgrade from the original Phase 1 clone trooper Cody that we got. This is way better. It's probably still my favorite one ever. Favorite clone trooper of all time. Possibly. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. All right. Now we're talking about some other special troopers. Here is the ARF trooper. Regular old ARF trooper. He has the same exact torso as all the other 2008 clone troopers, but has this really crazy helmet, and it's really cool. It has this like a razor fin on it, and it's really cool. Like paint jobs. Really cool figure. I think it came out in a battle pack, and this one came out in another battle pack. This is like the Elite ARF trooper, ARF trooper. As you can see, they're totally different designs and helmets and paint jobs and everything. So kind of cool that Lego give us two very, very different options. The torso is still the same though. Now, we're talking ARF troopers. How can I not talk about the Shadow ARF trooper, who has a very different torso, as you can see. This was a very, very, very hard to get and special promotion for May the 4th that came out in 2011. And as you can see, it is still sealed. It's still in here. There he is. Very, very lucky to have this figure. It's a very cool one. I'll try to get the helmet out so I can show you that. See? There we go. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Maybe. Well, you can always just watch the person who has it opened and you can see what that is. There it is. There's the helmet. Beautiful reflective silver. Very cool. And it has that shadowy detailing. It's a very cool figure. I will never open it, obviously, but yeah, I'm really glad I have it. There's the full view of it. And here's the back. If you want to see the back, if you want to look at the information. 2011. Yep. Very cool. So that's my ARF trooper talk. Now we're moving on to this guy. Now we're talking about Coruscant Guards. This is the second version of the Shock Trooper. We had the first one forever ago. Here he is. As a reminder, here's the 2012 version, he's very expensive. Very, very, very expensive. I would not recommend buying one. He only came out in one set forever ago. Same clone head. Yeah, he's easily like a $100 figure, 150. Quite pricey. And why buy this one when you can get this one, which is the new one, which looks almost the same. There are differences, as you can see, but yeah, I mean, just get this one. This one's so much cheaper. And then if you like cheek printing, then definitely go for this one. If you don't like cheek printing, then you might want the original. But or if you want to be like a diehard clone collector, then you might need to get this one as well. But yeah, kind of cool how they're quite different figures, but they're still like, you know, Shock Troopers. Very cool. And you can't have Shock Troopers without Commander Fox Phase 2. Woo! This is a cool figure. Also controversial because people were like, why doesn't he have, you know, a camo? Why doesn't he have a better paint job on the torso to make it more, you know, white instead of pinkish? Well, you know, LEGO does what they do, and you can't really do much about it. I also think it looks cool. I like this figure. I'm glad we have him. I really want a Phase 2 Commander Wolf, because we have Cody, we have Rex, we have Greeb, we have Fox, so we just need Wolf. Speaking of Wolf, here's a Phase 2 Wolfpack Trooper. These are about $60, maybe a little bit more. I love this gray coloring. It's like the only gray clone trooper we've ever gotten. I would love to get another one of these too. I want an upgrade for this, just like we got for this. I want to get like a ton of these, but this, you know, I want to get this Wolfpack Trooper, but like looking like new update, everything, clone trooper. That'd be sick. I'd love to get another one of those. Now we have Commander Neo, or maybe he's just a regular clone trooper, like a recon trooper. You can decide. What's interesting about him, what I didn't even realize till tonight, actually, was that he has the same exact markings as the first recon trooper that we saw forever ago. So that was interesting. I didn't even realize that till tonight. He's from a Bark Speeder. Very cool helmet. I love this helmet. I love everything about this figure. He's really cool. He's actually quite cheap, last I checked. But yeah, another cool trooper. We have an ARC Trooper here. This is a very, very nice figure. He's from a battle pack, but he's still super expensive, which is crazy to me. Because he has all these unique parts, like this unique visor. He also comes with like antennas. That was something that I just dropped. Oh, man. Oh, well. I'll figure that out later. Hopefully it wasn't one of the expensive ones. Anyway, yeah, this guy, he has these pauldrons. He's like cloth pauldrons. They're beautiful. And like he has this cloth camo, and printed legs, and blah, blah, blah. So much cool stuff in a buildable backpack. And you can like take off, and it has more printing on the back there. Very, very cool figure. I was very glad to find one for like even like $30. It was a pretty good deal from these guys. Sometimes they can go as high as like 50 or 60. It's crazy. Yeah, really, really happy. I wish we got more troopers like this with these pauldrons. They're very, very cool. Speaking of ARC Troopers, we gotta talk about our Buddy 5s, who we just got from the 25th anniversary. This is a custom cloth camo that I bought. I love this face print. Everything about him is so cool. I love the 25th anniversary figures. They're really, really awesome. I love his arm printing. Oh, everything about him is just absolutely phenomenal. And here is a regular 501st Trooper from 2013. Nothing too special. I still love these guys. I'm so glad we got all these battle packs and stuff from them. Here's one of the figures from that battle pack. Like the really cool I love this visor. It looks really sick. New head. He's got the little specialist emblem there. And nice leg printing and feet printing. Very cool figures. And you can't have the 501st without Captain Rex. Here is the original Captain Rex. Oh, Phase 2, that is. Original Phase 2 Captain Rex. He has the beard still from the first one. Mine does have a crack, unfortunately. And also his pauldron's a little bit messed up. A little bit dingy, but it actually kind of fits well with the rest of the torso, because it's got all that dirt on it. It kind of fits well. I don't know. And he also has the cloth camo still. It's very hard to find one of these in good condition for a good price. And even more so, that even have the camo or the pauldron. They're usually missing when you're trying to find one. So just be mindful if you want to get one of these. Be willing to pay about $250 if you want to get a new one. I paid about $70 for this one, which is a pretty good deal, but still, as you can see, it wasn't like the best condition. But I don't mind that it doesn't have the best condition because I have this one, which is the newest one, which I love even more, actually, because it has more stuff. It has arm printing, it has no camo, so I had to buy one. It's a custom camo, but I love this pauldron. It's nice and blue and vibrant and beautiful. It has a really cool head as well, and love the antenna. Yeah, I really like the new Captain Rex a lot. It might even go in my display case. It's such a nice figure. And if we're talking about Captain Rex, you gotta show the old one too, from Rebels. This is a really cool figure I just got recently from at the Brick Fair in 2024. Beautiful figure, about $60 for me to get him. Very cool. I might actually do a custom for him on my channel and make him look even better. Really glad I have him though. Almost done here, guys. Winding down. Here is an Ahsoka Trooper. This is the original one that came from the AAT with her. This is the one that has the closed holes, which some people prefer, which is different from the open holes, but it's the same exact print. It's like really similar. But you see, that's why I kind of like the ones with the holes, because you can add like little antennas and stuff, and he has a jetpack. I think it's kind of cool. And then you can have our Ahsoka Troopers without Captain Vaughn, who you can tell he's a captain. He has a little rectangle, so that's kind of fun. He also has the same head as everyone else, but he has a little jetpack like Cody. Yeah, kind of a cool character. I like how he has the same visor as him too. Very cool figure. Also from a battle pack, pretty cheap. And you can't talk about clones without Omega. Here she is, looking cute and adorable as always. Gotta have your Bad Batch in here. So there's Omega. Here's Hunter. Yay, Hunter. He's probably my favorite character still. I love his face prints. They're great. It has a little skull and his bandana. Awesome. The Bad Batch. They're such a good show. I really enjoyed it. Here's Echo. I kind of wish we had an Echo minifigure too, like before he gets messed up like this for the Bad Batch. I want to get an actual Echo minifigure to like go with Rex and Fives. That'd be sick. Really cool to have a version of Echo when he's a clone trooper. Here is Tech. Lovely Tech. Everyone's other favorite clone, even though it's very sad that he dies. Spoiler. Very cool character. Very awesome. I love these helmets. They're so wild. Like, man, like these are so like intricate and like this such a crazy mold. I love it. It's such a cool figure. Then we got Ricka, of course. I love his head. I use this head for my Cable minifigure custom. If you guys want to watch that on my channel, yeah, I thought it looked pretty good for Cable. And that guy has a big armor piece. It looks great. I love this figure. I love the whole Bad Batch. They look great. Here is Crosshair. When he's in his evil armor, I really want a Crosshair when he's like in his actual Bad Batch armor. That would be amazing. I hope they do that. I don't know if they ever will, but keep hoping that they will. I hope they make more Bad Batch sets. Like I want like a Scorch minifigure because I love Rebel Commando, and I want another Crosshair that looks like his actual armor. And they can make a lot of other cool characters too. Last but not least, here is Jack 14, who kind of counts as a clone, I think. And he's got this really cool arm. He's from the Yoda Chronicles from 2013. Crazy eyes. And can use the Force. That's his story. He's like a Force-enhanced clone trooper. Kind of an interesting Lego story. You can watch it on Disney+. And yeah, that is going to do it for this video. These are all of the clones that I own. And this is all for you guys for giving me 300 subscribers. So thank you so much for watching my videos and subscribing and all of that. And I'll see you in the next one. Here's to another 300 subscribers. All right. Take care.